Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. To our patriotic Jamaican subscribers and viewers of JPU, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the future of Jamaica's economy. As you guys may know, the future of our economy largely depends on who's in the government. Our last two finance ministers over the two political parties were Dr. Peter Phillips and Dr. Nigel Clark. Majority of well-thinking Jamaicans will agree, no matter their political allegiance or affiliation, that both men did fairly well. We are 1 year away from a general election and will have a finance minister either from one party or the other. Who will be the next finance minister of Jamaica? So far, we don't know who the Jamaica Labour Party will appoint next to be the finance minister. On the PNP side, as of right now, Julian Robinson is the shadow spokesperson for the opposition PNP and is likely to take the role of the finance minister should they form the next government. The question is, would Julian Robinson make a good finance minister? Let's just look at history a little bit. P.J. Patterson served as Jamaica's finance minister from 1990 to 1991. He was dismissed or fired by Michael Manley, who was the prime minister at the time. PJ became prime minister in 1992. By then, Mr. Manley had retired. The next PNP finance minister was a man by the name of Hugh Small. Mr. Small was also an attorney. It is alleged that he left and went to the Bahamas to serve as a judge because he did not get along or liked PJ very much. Let me just say this real quick. The PNP, or actually the Risers, the Rise United members, are making a big deal out of Nigel Clark going to the IMF, saying, oh, he's the finance minister. Where is he going? He should stay. He's leaving the country, blah, blah, blah. This is not the first time that a finance minister of Jamaica would leave for a job outside of the country. The PNP has had Mr. Hugh Small served 1 year and left Jamaica to go serve in the Bahamas as a judge. Mr. Small is still alive. He's back in Jamaica. In fact, he's on the Constitutional Committee as we speak. I believe he's in his 80s now. After the departure of Finance Minister Mr. Hugh Small to the Bahamas, P.J. Patterson appointed Omar Davis, who serves from 1993 to the PNP's election loss in 2007. Omar Davis is responsible for the financial meltdown of Jamaica. During that time, he recruited Mark Golding to the People's National Party. Mark Golding said that he was recruited to the PNP by Omar Davis because they knew each other in the financial sector. Mark Golding is a beneficiary of FinSac and the meltdown during that time. Mark Golding is not brand new. The FinSac era was a very devastating time for Jamaicans and our economy. Mark Golding and Peter Bunting's financial institution called DB&G played a role in the acquisition of the homes and assets of many Jamaican entrepreneurs through his political connection with Dr. Omar Davis, finance minister, who later said that he was sorry for the people who suffered in FinSac. When the PNP came back to government in 2012, Portia Simpson Miller did not choose anyone connected to Omar Davis or the 90s meltdown to be her finance minister. She instead chose Dr. Peter Phillips, who got Jamaica back in good standing with the IMF, who helped Jamaica lower her debt, and who helped Jamaica to start seeing positive growth again. If the Jamaica Labour Party forms the next government, I trust that they will not appoint someone who will take Jamaica 10 steps back economically. I cannot say the same for the PNP, especially when the leader of the PNP is Mark Golding, a man that was so close to Dr. Omar Davis and who benefited from the financial meltdown of the 90s, and somebody who has such poor judgment. When it comes to Julian Robinson, if the PNP should form the next government and Julian Robinson becomes the next finance minister of Jamaica, I would have a concern about Julian because of his absence of mindfulness. When Julian Robinson was the PNP's General Secretary, Julian Robinson, as the party's chief executive officer, allowed countless fraudulent groups to pass him at the Secretariat by bunting and golding. And that caused a major problem within the PNP. Those fraudulent groups were part of what assisted Mark Golding to become elected as the president of the People's National Party. They don't talk about it much anymore, but it is a serious problem that interfered with and corrupted the electoral process within the People's National Party. We see the destruction that it caused. A finance minister must always be alert. He must be mindful, and he must make sure that he is minding the store. We cannot take that chance with Jamaica's economy. Therefore, I do not believe and I don't trust that anybody coming from under the tent, so to speak, of Mark Golding and Peter Bunting would be fit to lead Jamaica where our finances and our economy is concerned. The gentleman you're looking at here, his name is Arnold Bertram. Arnold Bertram is a Jamaican historian and he's a former minister of government. You can see him there with the former Prime Minister, Michael Manley, and at the far end there is Miss Lou. Mr. Bertram has been around for ages. In June of 2019, Mr. Bertram wrote an article titled Behind Bunting's Leadership Challenge. That was when Peter Bunting announced that he would challenge Dr. Peter Phillips. It says here the role of the Minister of Finance. Mark Golding, the shadow minister at the time of finance, he said, has opted for Bunting, his senior business partner, to become party president and prime minister. The Constitution gives the Minister of Finance the power to overrule the cabinet on any financial matter. Bunting's challenge, if successful, will concentrate the power of the President of the PNP, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and the Minister of Finance in the hands of two major shareholders in the same privately owned investment bank. This is totally unprecedented in Jamaica politics and raises the question as to whether or not Golding would be able to maintain the independence that the Constitution requires of the Minister of Finance. Guys, you can see the major conflict of interest there. It is the same Bunting and Golding duo who are now trying to lead Jamaica. It wouldn't matter that Julian Robinson would be appointed. In my view, in the People's National Party at this time, they all bow to Mark Golding. They will do what he says. Just like he did with the Constitutional Committee. He pulled the PNP people off there who he appointed when they were supposed to sign off on aspects of the constitutional reform. They've been the ones on the committee. They've been the ones, debating and talking, and they were okay with everything until their master, Mark Golding, told them, don't sign it, and they didn't. So, the future of Jamaica's economy, I would rather take a chance with the Jamaica Labour Party's next pick than I would with someone affiliated with Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, who were affiliated with Omar Davis during the financial meltdown and benefited from it. In addition, I'm not sure they're on the side of the people, because if they were, why would they have fought so fiercely to get this man from out of the politics at that time when he had done such a good job on the economy of Jamaica to put themselves in leadership? And then the conflict of interest that Mr. Bertram spoke of, very important. Guys, you are listening to Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Make sure you keep it locked here for your latest political news, reviews, and updates straight from out of Jamaica. Make sure you're subscribed, you have your notification on, and you're inviting your friends to come over here, so come hang out with us. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next video.